Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Carlson now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready, 70, Indy. Get that quarterback here, Ryan.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That seemed to be linebacking 101 on how to diagnose and stop a run.
And what we're doing nowadays is we're taking those former safeties, those bigger guys, and making of linebackers to utilize their speed. He just made an absolute beeline after he diagnosed that play and ended up making a nice tackle on it.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On second down, here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is fielded at the 27. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Carr to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual-type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got him in, complete. It's a gain of 35. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw would turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And now Oakland ready to take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now.
This is caught inside the 15. All the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown. 71 yards, and the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, something you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Carr going to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Carr. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Rock it.
On 3rd down, block, and that will be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out come the Raiders. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 32-yard line. You're mine. Pick it up, pick it up.
To throw, it's Carr. Man open left side is Brown. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 21-3 is your score after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready. 90, Wolf. 54.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
On 1st down, it's Lindsey. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play action. Now it's Locke. That's going to be caught. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Let's go.
1st and goal, Denver.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run, and the Broncos get a bit closer. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
McManus's point after is good, and it makes the score 21-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Well, week one finally wrapping up here tonight, but more football coming your way Thursday night. It'll be the Buccaneers and Panthers in an early season NFC South battle in Charlotte.
694. Get set. 47.
On first down, Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Express. 452. Come on. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn You're mine. No. OP.
Throwing again. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
4-7's the mic. Here we go. 637. 47.
Now Carr. Flush to his right. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. 54. I'm coming for defense.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Locked to throw on 2nd down. Finds his rookie first-rounder. It's Noah Fant. Past the 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant, his first NFL reception, goes for 6, and the Broncos draw a bit closer. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now 21-17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. He'll come up now, 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, we're good. You ready? Kill. Crouch.
Now Carr. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Not much, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But if you're running a drag route, something short, shallow.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it. Yes.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
You got express. Don't be scared of it. You go tight. You got touch.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr escaping the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Carr finds Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Choose the mic. Let's go, D.
On 2nd and 1, Carr. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Locke, and that is incomplete here. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And the Raiders have got him.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now.
Express. 93. 93.
Check 26. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Carr. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Express.
52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. 734.
Come get some.
He don't want it.
Mike 52.
Here's Carr. And this is caught at the end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, as the first half is winding down, and the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sanders. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. To throw is Carr. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Chris Harris speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
29. 29. That's it.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47.
Carr now to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Lock now on 1st down. That's caught over the middle by Fant. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Locke to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Hey, Charlie. No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Here we go.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Let's go. Express. Comes to me, it's me. 618. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Throwing now is Carr.
Here we go.
He's going to air one out. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
Watch the out.
Side.
Left side here to Sanders. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Hey, rock it back.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Fielded at the 43. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You can't block me.
Check 37. Check
93.
30.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And there's a man they call AB, always a volume receiver. He gobbles up catches. Holds the number 2 and number 4 spots for most receptions in a season in NFL history. And in 2015, just 7 catches shy of setting the single-season mark for most receptions, currently held by Marvin Harrison, a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he had 136 catches that year on the heels of 129 the season before. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Carr to throw. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. A 15-yard touchdown grab, and the Raiders add on to their lead. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I do.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off around the 27. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 15, Ronnie. 15 line. Head up.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 30 on 2nd down. Locke, left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And a pass complete here to Sanders. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conlon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Ready, ready.
Mike 35. Watch the run, watch the run.
5.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it.
And got his man complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Express. Put that down.
Carr now on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. They were trying to go to Brown once again. That'll bring up second down.
Now.
Watch 52.
180.
52's the Mike.
Hey, we're good. We're good. Blue 80.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
White. Later 9.
Check the hot read.
Here we go.
To throw again. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
47's the Mike, boy. 47. Check.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And he fends him off. And incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Later 9.
Throwing again. Carr. Wilson snags it left side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance. And he's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too.
And it's hauled in by Nelson. Touchdown, Raiders. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the silver and black continue to roll.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Set. 10 Lobo.
54. Mike, 54. Watch.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage. Tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 10. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. No, check that.
Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go. 90 Wolf.
Let's go, D. Big Sears right here. We got to step it up.
On 1st down, Locke. Steps away to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions have plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
And they take a knee.
On the field. A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Ready up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders.